welcome to my very first free webinar training, how to start your real estate business with little to no money down, no credit. I hope you guys are excited as I am. I know when I first started, I didn't have anybody to tell me how to do stuff, so I was like doing trial and error. So I'm super excited I'm here today with experience to give you guys experience on how to start your real estate business with little to no money down. It's Friday. I hope y'all pumped up. The information I'm giving you guys, you can start it literally today, tomorrow. I want y'all to start it by Monday, okay? We serious. So we're going to get out there and get some money, make the money, and we're going to do it the right way. This webinar is powered by Wealth Society Club, where we educate our community on how to get started into real estate with little to no money down. I don't know about you guys, but when I was growing up, it was like a little myth going around saying, oh, in order for you to do real estate, you have to have a lot of money. 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. So I'm like, I got discouraged because I'm like, I don't have that kind of money. So that's why we here at Wealth Society Club, it's very important for us to educate our community and how to get started in real estate right now with little to no money down, and just stop that myth. All right, y'all ready? Let's get this started. Woo! All right. So let's get right into it. I hope you guys brought your notepad, like I said, and your pen. And I hope you are in a quiet environment because you're going to need quiet to focus on the information I'm going to give to you. So make sure that you guys are focused and let's get this thing popping, okay? All right, let's get into our first section. All right, who am I? Who is Jody Grant? So I'm originally from Kingston, Jamaica. I came to the U.S. when I was it 10 years old? Yes, with my siblings. I have 4 siblings. And I came here with my mom and my siblings. I was raised in West Philadelphia. I've been evicted twice. Not once, twice. And now I own 15 properties and counting. Woo! And if I can do it, I know you can do it too. You know what I'm saying? I'm a girl from Jamaica. Well, I mean, I came from a very, very poor background. We ain't had no money. You know what I'm saying? We came to America to make a better life for my family. So I know if I can do it, you can do it too. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. I also had a lot of loans in freaking college. I went to college. I went to Westchester University first. And then I ended up going down Charlotte, which is where I also reside as well. I ended up staying in Charlotte. And I accumulated so much money in loans. Salome was calling me. I was getting evicted. My mom was calling me, telling me, oh, she was losing her house. And that's how I got started into real estate. It's funny, right? I know. So when she was calling me, telling me she losing her house, I was just so devastated. I wanted to help my mom save her house. So that's how I kind of got into real estate, started researching and doing all this stuff, figuring out how can I get a house, without spending all this kind of money. So that's what I'm going to show you guys today. So hopefully my story can encourage somebody out there to get started, and hopefully it can, change your mindset. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about mindset. You know what I'm saying? If you start this real estate thing and you already have a negative mindset, or, you don't believe in yourself, it's not going to work. You have to believe in yourself, learn the mindset, and have hustle, and we're going to get this bread, okay? Next slide. I am a real estate investor. Real estate is life-changing. I was able to come out of debt. I paid all my loans off from Sallie Mae. I was able to recruit my credit because me being evicted twice, my credit was shot. So real estate has really changed my life, and I wanted to change your lives too. And I also caught my new G-Wagon, G63 2019, baby. No handouts. I ain't had no rich parents. I ain't got no rich boyfriend. Everything is all on me and my hustle in real estate. So I just hope that this can encourage somebody out there that if I can do it, you can do it too. And we're going to do it together. Let's get it. Now, why do I do this? Before you get into real estate, I want you to have an idea of why you're doing it. And I don't want it to hear about, money. Because it's not all about money. After a while, if money is your drive, you're not going to go too far. You have to have some love for what you're doing in order for you to be successful at anything. The reason why I got started is because I wanted to be my own boss. I was working in the kitchen and I had 2 freaking disrespectful managers, and I didn't want to work there no more. I wanted to be my own boss. I want to clock in when I want to clock in. I want to clock out when I want to clock out. And that's the reason why I did it. I also wanted to change my family tree. You know what I'm saying? I grew up poor. We from Kingston, Jamaica. I don't know if y'all been to Kingston, but it's the gutter. You know what I'm saying? That's where my family's from. So I wanted to change my family tree. I want to travel more too. I like traveling. You know what I'm saying? Because of real estate, I was able to travel to now, I want to say 10 countries. Is it 10? It might be 10 or 11. But I was able to travel to 10 countries. You know, working from my phone, working from my laptop. That's what life is all about. I also want to give back. It's very, very important for me to give back. You know, give back to my family, give back to my community. And I also wanted my mom to quit her job. I don't want to see my mom struggling at work, working 12, 16-hour shift. You know, so that was my whole goal. So I hope you guys have a reason for why y'all want to start real estate. And also, I want to be a billionaire by 40, honey. Okay? And it's very possible. Very, very possible. So let's get it started. So make sure you have your why of why you're doing this, because it's just very important. And write it down too. Write it down and stick it on something that you see every day. You know, my why is literally on my ceiling every day. So when I wake up in the morning, that's the first thing I see when I wake up. And those are my whys. So I hope you are, taking down your whys. All right. So this was my very, very first property in real estate. This one is actually located in Philadelphia. And I made $11,000 on my first deal. And let me tell you something. When I first did it, it was just life-changing. You know, when I first got into it, I'm not going to lie, I got a little discouraged in the beginning because I didn't have no mentor. I didn't have anybody coaching me on what to do. I literally was doing this by myself, doing all my researching, doing my trial and errors by myself. Yeah, I got knocked in the head a couple times because I didn't know what I was doing. So when I finally understand it and finally got my first deal, it was like, ooh! It was like amazing. You know what I'm saying? So I just can't wait for you guys to get your first deal. And when y'all get your first deal, make sure you send them to my DMs, okay? Make sure you comment on my Instagram and let me know you got your first deal, because I want to hear from you and I want to make sure that you guys are out there making deals happen. All right? So what are different ways to make money in real estate? All right? So we know the normal fix and flip. I'm sure you guys growing up hearing different investors talking about fix and flip. Or I know you guys watch that, is it HDGTV? I can't remember the name, but I'm sure you guy see those ones. Buy and hold, becoming a landlord. That is another way of making money in real estate as well too. And finally, wholesaling, flipping contracts for a profit. And that is what we're going to pay special attention to today. So like I said, make sure you got your notepad, make sure you got your pen. Let's write some notes down because you're not going to remember everything. So make sure you're writing key points down and try to retain as much information as possible. And I promise you, with the information I'm giving you, if you put it into work, put it into action, you are going to make money. But you have to make sure that you are consistent, you're positive, and you get out there and you do it. 2 ways to find deals in real estate. It's 2 ways. An investor-friendly real estate agent or a motivated seller. Finding sellers and real estate agents. So I'm going to tell you how to find the sellers and how to find a real estate agent. We're going to get down to it. We're going to talk about it nit for nit. We ain't missing no details. You know what I'm saying? So the best way to find real estate agents, the way I found my real estate agent was within my family. I started asking everybody in my family. I asked my mama, I asked my auntie, I asked my cousin, I asked my friend John that, I went to school with. And that's how I found my agent. But if you're not able to find an agent that way, that's completely fine. Just go on Google. Go on Google and type in realtor.com and type in real estate agents. Now you can click on there and find real estate agents as well too. You don't even got to type it in because I do believe that there's a section where you click on agents and you just put in your city and you can go ahead and find agents and go ahead and call them up. Network on social media. Social media is like the biggest thing right now. I find like everything on social media. So go on social media and ask, your followers, you guys know any real estate agent or any investor-friendly real estate agents. Those are the best way to find real estate agents. All right. So finding sellers. All right. So now let me explain to you what wholesaling is. All right. Because that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about specifically how to wholesale, how to get these properties on the contract so you can start making money today. All right. So before we get into sellers, let me explain to you what wholesaling is. So wholesaling is basically when you are finding a property and you're getting it under contract for pennies on the dollar. You are then taking this contract to the title company, and then you find your buyer. So you're basically middlemaning it. All right. So you find your seller, you get it on the contract. Now you go find your buyer, which is normally an investor, a real estate investor that wants to, invest in properties. So they want a deal as well too. And once you get the property under contract, like I always tell everybody, it's so much easier to find an investor. So the main focus is to get this property under contract. Find the properties and get it under contract. And then we find our buyer, which is, like I said, very easy. All right. So how are we going to find these sellers? How are we going to find these people that want to sell their house? That's probably what you're thinking, right? I got you. So the way to find sellers is, and I'm going to give you a list right here. Probate list is one of them. Tax delinquent list, pre-foreclosure list, absentee owner list, abandoned sign list, and driving for dollars. And I'm going to go into details with each individual one. I got you. Don't worry. We got it. All right. Let me go back first. Let me explain to you exactly what each list means. All right. So probate list. So probate listing is basically when someone dies. Right? Someone owns a real estate property and they die. And the property goes to their heirs. So whether it's their husband, wife, kids, it becomes probate. The probate lawyer kind of takes over the property and makes a decision, or they all make the decision on what they're going to do with the property. So those are good people to reach out to, because the person that actually originally owned the property, usually that means they passed away. So it goes to, 9 times out of 10, their children. So we're reaching out to their children to see how we can get this property under contract. Tax delinquent list is amazing. That's like one of my top one, how I get my deals under contract. These are basically people that cannot afford to pay the taxes anymore. So it goes into a tax delinquent list, and 9 times out of 10, that means they're getting to get their house taken. So that's when we come in and solve the problem for them. Pre-foreclosure lists. So these are people that, fall behind on paying their mortgage. So it's getting ready to go into foreclosure. So we want to make sure we get the property right before it goes into foreclosure. So that is what we're here for as well too. Absentee owners list is my number 2 ways of making money. So my first one is tax delinquent list. The second one was absentee owners. And basically absentee owner is the person owns the property, but they don't live there. They might live in California somewhere, Florida. And 9 times out of 10, they're probably having problems with the property, keeping up with the property, getting the grass cut, paying the taxes, making sure the property is in good condition. Some people really can't afford to do that. And some people just don't want the hassle of doing that. So why make them go through that? That's why we here. We're going to get that house under contract from these absentee owners. All right. Abandoned signs. I know you guys see abandoned signs everywhere in your city. And if you don't, you're going to start seeing them now after this webinar. And what abandoned signs are, they're like I would say like 18 by 24 signs where that says we buy houses fast, cash. That's what abandoned signs are. We're going to get into more details on how we can make money with that as well too. Driving for dollars, which is my 3rd favorite. Now, I'm not knocking anything on the list. These lists might work great for someone else. I'm just telling you what works the best for me. And driving for dollars is definitely my 3rd. And what I do is just gas up my car, drive around my neighborhood, and I look for properties that look vacant and abandoned. Boarded up, tall grass. Just look like it's abandoned. I take the address down, I do a skip search, and I reach out to the owner, and that's how we get the property under contract. So I'm glad I was able to explain each list to you guys, and we're going to go into more details of what these lists mean and how we can get started. All right? How to get a list. All right? I already told you about the list. So now how are we going to get these lists? All right? So the best way to start off getting a list is an investor-friendly real estate agent. Let me tell you something in this real estate business. All right? It's all about relationships. Relationships with realtors, relationships with real estate lawyers, relationships with title companies, relationships with everybody. All right? This is a world of networking. Anybody you come in contact with, I want you to tell them what you do for a living. Tell them that you buy houses fast. Within 2 weeks, we can close. And they're going to be like, okay, cool. All right. And they start telling other people. And that's how you start getting businesses as well. So it's very important for you to understand relationships in this business. All right. So investor-friendly real estate agents can send you an absentee owner list and a foreclosure list as well too, a pre-foreclosure list as well too. And then we're going to send a postcard. We're going to send some direct mail. We're going to get into more details about that in a minute. So don't worry. I just want to kind of get you prepped. All right. So the next way is the county's tax department is how you can get the tax delinquent list. Go to your courthouse. If you don't know where your courthouse is, Google it. You know, I'm in Philadelphia, so I just type in Philadelphia courthouse or real estate courthouse. And that's how I found my courthouse. And I just go down there and start asking questions. Get out there, guys. Make mistakes. Get out there. That's how you're going to learn. If you don't know where your courthouse is, Google it. Go down there. Start asking questions. I guarantee you're going to find the right department of where to go. What I do is I Google my courthouse. Then when I go down there, I ask for the tax delinquent department. I guess I was getting a little runaround because you would think that people work at the courthouse, they would know where everything is, right? No. That's not true. So I just started asking questions. You know, I got a note from one person. I went to somewhere else. And I would say probably like within probably about 20 minutes, I found it. Like I said, if you keep digging, you shall find. That's how it works. All right. We're not giving up around here. All right. So probate list. The way you can find the probate list is the county's courthouse as well, too. So everything is like a lot of these information is in the courthouse. And a lot of people don't take the time out to go to the courthouse in their city to find this information. And it's free information. It's free. You don't got to pay for it. All right. But some information you can pay for, but I'm going to give you both. So you can have both options because like I said, when I started my real estate company, I only had $200. I only had $200. So I'm going to service the person that doesn't really have much money and also the person that got a couple dollars. All right. So we're going to be doing both. So you can have both options as well too. Another way to find absentee owner list is listsource.com. Very good website. So whenever you're done with this webinar, just go ahead and click on listsource.com. Play with the website, and I guarantee you that you're going to like that website because it's a very, very, very informative website when it comes to absentee owners. And I believe they offer other things as well, too. Another website I love is usledlist.com. And that's where I found absentee owners as well. And they do offer other information as well, too. All right. Another one is melissadata.com. Data. I don't know, but you see the spelling. melissadata.com, and that is where you can find absentee owners as well. All right. Now there is a lot of money in those lists. Those lists that we just went over just now. Let me go back. You see that list I'm showing you? There's a lot of money in that list. You need to take it very, very seriously when you send your list out. All right. Now the way we send our lists out, we do direct mail pointers. I will show you exactly how to send a direct mail out to your list later on in the webinar. So just understand, I want you to understand that follow-up is key in this business. All right? Follow-up is key in this business. Like, I don't know about you guys, but when them bill collectors be calling me, or when Salome was calling me for their money, they was following up. They call today, they call later on, they call the next day, the day after. Follow-up is key. Now, we ain't going to do it like that now. We ain't going to be harassing nobody like how they was harassing me. But I just want you to understand that follow-up is key. So if you talk to a seller today and they say, oh, I'm not interested, don't throw their number away. Don't throw their information away. Keep it and follow up with them 3 to 4 weeks later, checking in on them to see if the property was sold. I get a lot of deals that way because things change with people. You know what I'm saying? Today they might be strong and say, oh, I'm not selling. A month later, they may be like, you know what? You know, it's coming close to that time. You know, maybe it's time for me to get rid of the house. And that's how I always get it. And they respect the fact that I always follow up with them. They respect the hustle. So make sure you're always following up with your sellers. You're also mailing to your list 6 to 7 times, the same exact list for 3 to 4 weeks. This business is based on marketing. So it's very important for you to understand that you have to mail to these same people 6 to 7 times every 3 to 4 weeks. All right. So now we're going to get into the details of what everything is. What is driving for dollars? And like I said to you earlier, we're looking for boarded up houses, fire damage, vacant, abandoned looking. Those are the houses we're looking for. When I see those houses, I get money signs like. You know what I'm saying? Because that is the third way of me making the most money with my business. So it's very important for me. Even when I'm just driving to wherever, I always have my eyes out looking for driving for dollars, looking for a vacant property. So from this day forward, I want you guys to have a lookout for it. You could be going anywhere, to the gym, to go get something to eat. If you see a house that looks vacant, pull over and take the address down. And I'm going to show you how to locate the owner or contact the owner so you can get the house under contract. All right. So you found a property for driving for dollars. What do you do next? I want you to write the address down on a notepad. I want you to find out who owns the property. And in order for you to find that out, you're going to go on the tax assessor website Or you can go to usledlist.com. But I want you to do for free. So go on Google right now and type in, well, after the webinar, and type in tax assessor website for Philadelphia or wherever city that you're located at. Whether you're in Charlotte, Florida, like I know I got a couple people that's in here from Florida, from Charlotte and Philly. So make sure that you guys are typing in on your Google tax assessor's website. When you go to the tax assessor's website, you're looking for owner, property owner. All right? When you go on there, you just type in the address and it will tell you exactly who the owner is. And it's going to tell you where the mailing address is of where the person is living right now. So it's very, very important for you to go ahead and go on that tax assessor's website. Or if you don't really like the tax assessor's website, I always give a second option, usledlist.com. But US Ledlist is going to cost. I'm just letting you guys know. And the reason why I like both, I like the tax assessor's website because it does give you good information. But if I want to get into the nitty gritty into things, I go on to usledlist.com. All right. Bandit signs. Like I said, I know you guys probably seen these in your city. We buy houses cash fast. This is what bandit signs is. And you know the reason why you see them is because they work. I know you probably see a lot of them in some cities. I know in Philly, I see them a lot. I see them a lot in Philly. In Charlotte, I see them sometimes. Actually, I see them more often now than before. But they are there because they work. All right? So I just want you guys to have an idea about the bandit signs. All right? So now, how do you do your own bandit signs? How do you set them up? How do you write on there? What do you do to get it started? All right? So the bandit signs can be written on or printed. I believe that handwritten fonts is better. It's more relatable to the eye. So to me, it's better. And it's cheaper too. You just write on a poster and you just, you put it up. All right. Make sure that you're always using a local number. If you are located in Philadelphia, make sure you're using, your 215, your 267 number. Don't use no 1-800 number or a number that, that's not related to the seller. You want to relate to the seller as much as possible. All right. If you want to purchase your bandit signs, you can go to dirtcheapsigns.com. Make sure you purchase the one that's 18 by 24. That is the, very good size where, someone can see it driving by. All right. You can also check out Fast Signs. Fast Signs is like a little franchise that they actually do printing, and you can go in your neighborhood and find one, or you can just Google Fast Signs on your, on Google. All right. You can also go to Home Depot. Go to Home Depot as well too. If you want to do it right now, you don't even want to wait on dirtcheapsigns.com. You don't even want to wait for your signs to come in the mail. Go to Home Depot and ask them for the blank signs. That's 18 by 24. All right. So with the bandit signs, I definitely recommend putting 75, at least 75 a week on a Friday after 4 p.m. All right. And the reason why I say after 4 on Friday is because the city workers, if you put it on like a Monday, Tuesday, they're going to try to take your signs down. So you want to make sure you do it on a Friday where nobody's really working. The city's not working on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? So nobody's going to come take your signs down on the weekend. So you have all that free advertisement over the weekend. And you're going to be getting phone calls from people over the weekend. Now, sometimes they might take it down on Monday, Tuesday. It depends. They might. But for my signs, sometimes it's up there for like 2 months before they, eventually take it down. All right? And I want you guys to know, putting signs up is not illegal. I've had people DM me asking me if putting signs up is illegal. It's not illegal. Honest to God, it's not illegal. If the cops see you putting it up, tell them exactly what you're doing. If you say, oh, you can't do that, then just leave. Just leave. You don't have to argue with nobody. If someone, is arguing with you, oh, you can't put no signs up there, just leave. You don't have to argue with anybody. I just want you to know though that it's not illegal. So don't think that you're gonna get locked up if you get caught putting up signs. All right. And now, how do you put the signs up on the actual post? You can go to signsstapler.com where you can actually buy one of those sign staplers where you can actually put it up on the sign by yourself as well too. All right. And I'm sure there's other places maybe in your city that might have it. So you can just go on Google and type in sign stapler, in your city. And I'm sure you'll find one that's, local as well too. All right. Whatever you do not put them on the ground. It's just the worst thing to do. When it rains, it's easier for someone to just pick it up and throw it away. Whereas if it's on the night post, the light post, it's high up. So it's kind of harder for them to get to it, to put it up. So I love to put my signs up after 4 o'clock on a Friday. I drive around with my assistant, and we have I would say about 75 signs, and we drive all around the city and we put them up. All right. And it literally takes like not even an hour, honestly. You just got to, be quick and just be motivated. Be motivated. You have to have that desire for success for this to work in any business. In any business. And it's the reason why I love real estate and wholesaling in particular is because you don't need so much money to start. With a boutique or, a clothing line, that's thousands of dollars. Typical business costs about $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to start. Whereas wholesaling, just a couple $100s can get you started. And your first deal can be $11,000 like mine. So you just got to be motivated, stay positive, and just know you can do it. I know you can do it. So let's do it. All right. All right. So another way to find leads is the internet is, amazing to find leads. Posting on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, saying we buy houses. Everybody should know you buy houses. That's how you're going to get these deals under contract if people know what you do. So put on your Instagram, put it on your IG story, put it on your Twitter, put it on your Facebook. Facebook is a good way to find leads, by the way. That's actually a very good way to find leads. Instagram is too, but I just love Facebook. It's just a different audience. They just ready. They older and they ready. Where Instagram is kind of the young millennials and, they getting a couple dollars too. And like I said, you can still find leads on Instagram, but I just love Facebook. So I just hope that my advice can help you guys when it comes to, find those leads on Facebook or Instagram. All right. Post on social media asking your friends and followers to refer properties to you. I do a referral fee. So the way it works is if you refer a property to me, if you know someone's selling a property, if you are selling your property, right? And you refer that property to me. If we close, I give you $1,000 referral fee. So that's how you kind of get people motivated to start working for you. So make sure that you are telling people that, you do a referral fee, $1,000 if you close. All right. Facebook ads is also another great way of getting the marketing out there that you buy houses. So make sure you get into Facebook ads as well too. Make YouTube videos saying that you buy houses. Post all over social media. Craigslist, go to section8.com. Those are very good websites to post to get sellers as well too. Because remember, the whole point of this is to get the seller to get this house on a contract. So you want to make sure the marketing is out there to let everybody know what you're doing, what you're trying to do. So whenever they think about selling their house, you're the first person they think about. That's what you want to get into their head. So that's very important for you guys to understand that as well too. Direct mail. Oh my gosh. Direct mail is just so bomb. And I'm going to go into details to tell you why it's so bomb. All right. So direct mail is when you mail a letter or a postcard directly to the homeowner's address, asking to purchase their property. In order to send a letter or a postcard, you have to have a list, right? So I just told you the list. I told you where to get them. No, I told you what kind of list it is, and I told you exactly where to get them. So now we're going to send them a letter or a postcard to get in front of their face so we can get the property on the contract. All right? All right, so I'm just letting you guys know that this is the most effective marketing for my business, is sending these sellers a direct mail. Just letting you know. So it can be very, very successful for you as well, too. All right? Now, how to get your direct mails. How to get your direct letter. You can get card stocks or yellow pages with same color envelopes from Staples, Office Depot, or Amazon. Amazon, to me, is cheaper. But you have to wait 2 days with that Prime for it to get delivered. If you want to get started right now, I would recommend going to Staples or Office Depot, which is a little bit more pricey. So I just want to throw out there that Amazon is a little bit cheaper. Make sure that you're using invitation envelopes, 4x6. The whole point of this whole thing is to kind of trick the mind. You don't want the seller to think that this is another bill coming in. You don't want them to think it's another, some type of, like maybe, Sally Mae writing them or something, like some type of bill that's due. You don't want them to think that. What you want them to think is that you're inviting them to like a wedding or a party. So you want to make sure you do an invitation envelope, 4x6, so they can be excited to open it up. Remember, these people are going through things. They don't want to see no more bills. So you want to make sure you get an invitation envelope to make the people, the seller feel like they're being invited somewhere. All right? Make sure that you use any color but white. When I see white envelopes come in, I'll be thinking it's bills automatically. What do you think the sellers is going to think? They're going to think it's bills too. So we don't want to use white. We want to use pink. We want to use blue. We want to use purple. We want to use joyous colors. Anything but white. All right? So just make sure you understand that. Whenever you're getting your invitation envelopes, anything but white. All right? You can also manually handwrite on each letter, and also make sure you get forever stamps and drop them off at the post office. The best results. Now, I don't know if you got everybody follow me on Instagram, but I show my daily when I drop off my invitation envelopes in the post office. Go check out my Instagram, Jody Jillian. And you will see even on my posts, I show you that I'm dropping my posts, my mailers out, my direct mails out, because it's the most effective way for my business. All right. I handwrite everything, or I get my assistant to help me handwrite. If you don't got an assistant, that's fine. Get your kids to help you. Get your husband to help you. Get your wife to help you. Get your cousin. Get somebody to help you. The best way to start, though, is getting kids. I ain't gonna lie. Or get some, little kids like, that got good handwriting, of course. You don't want anybody that got bad handwriting. And what I used to do with my little cousins, I used to tell them that, write me 100 letters, right? And I'm gonna pay you $5 to do it, $10 to do it. For a kid, that's exciting. That's good. So you and someone can write it together. And that's how I started. I always want to tell people, when you start a new business, start small. I don't automatically want to go ahead and automate my business. I want to start small. So I'm going to handwrite all my letters. And the reason why I still handwrite to this day, because it's the most effective way for me to this day. But I'll show you other ways as well, too, because you can also get them printed as well. So I'll show you how to do that as well, too. And that is also effective as well, too, but it just costs more. So I just want to give you both options, the one that costs less and the one that costs more. All right. All right, so you can get postcards and direct mail from yellowletterscomplete.com. Let me tell you something about this website. I love that website. They offer so much services where you can actually pick the letter, pick what to say on there, when you want it to go out, how many you want it to go out, and you just purchase your list, and that's it. They send it off for you. They do everything for you. So I definitely recommend Yellow Letters Complete. If you have a couple dollars, that you want to invest into this, but you feel like you don't have any money, I definitely recommend starting off handwriting it yourself. So what you're basically doing is getting a card stock from Staples, Amazon, 4x6, any color but white. Make sure you understand that. Because remember, we're tricking the mind. We're getting them to think that they're being invited to a wedding or a party. So it has to be another color. All right. So you're handwriting the person's name and address, and then make sure that you are putting a return address for yourself as well, too. So make sure you put your name, and I definitely recommend getting a P.O. box so they can, in case the letter comes back, it goes back to your location. Never put your real address. Make sure you get a P.O. box, and the P.O. box is very, very, very cheap. All right. And I think you need a P.O. box period anyway, not just for business, just for overall stuff. Yeah, I don't really let nothing come to my house. Everything goes to the P.O. box. So definitely check out that website, yellowletterscomplete.com, and just play around with it. They got a customer service number on there too that you can call them and ask them questions. And if you just kind of confused on what to send out, you can call them as well too. And I'll tell you exactly what to send out as well too. So you have that support team. You have me, and you have yellowletterscomplete.com to kind of give you that support on what exactly you're writing in these letters to send to the customers. Now, for me, when I send my letters out, all I'm writing on there is, hi, whatever the person's name is. I recently drove past your property and was interested in buying it. Are you interested in selling it? Give me a call. Jody, my number. That's it. You don't gotta put no whole bunch of stuff. You want to get straight to the point. 3 to 4 sentences, that's it. You don't want to make it a long paragraph. And you don't want to make it seem like you're a company either. You don't want to make it seem like you're working for this big corporation. Remember, these people are going through things. When they hear of big corporations, they get intimidated. You want to make it seem like you're a regular Joe. Drove past that property and you're interested in buying it. That's the way you're marketing yourself. You're marketing yourself like you are a regular person just interested in buying. You're an investor. You're just interested in buying. All right? So I just want you guys to understand that key point. Make sure you're being different. Stand out. On my invitation letters, I put little stickers on there sometimes, like little play stickers, just to kind of trick them out a little bit, to make, like I said, to make them think that it is a party, some type of invitation to a party. So make sure you're being different. Stand out. Get different color letters. You know what I'm saying? Just be different and stand out. Because remember, other people are sending them letters as well. So you have to stand out. So what are you going to do to stand out? What I do to stand out? Like I said, I get different color envelopes. I put little stickers on there. Once in a while, I put little stickers on there. The forever stamp that I use, I try to use a fabric stamp that's uplifting and, you know, very like, you know, encouraging. So whether it's like the US flag or it has some type of like balloons and stuff all over it, just be different. All right. Make sure your letter stands out. Direct mail postcards. So we just spoke about the letter, the little small letter. Now we're going to talk about postcards. Now postcards are cheaper than letters. They're 40 cents per card. And like I said, you can go to yellowletterscomplete.com and they have postcards as well. With the mailers, the actual letter itself, those are $1.10 or more, depending on, you know, how many you buy in, and what you're adding on there as well too. So I just want you to see the difference. A postcard is 40 cents. And with the postcard, you're not putting it in no envelope. It's just a regular postcard they're sending out for you. With the direct mail, you're actually putting it in an envelope, in an invitation envelope. So that's why it becomes a mail, because it's in the envelope. With a postcard, it's not no envelope. It's just a postcard. All right. So I want you guys to understand that as well too. All right. Send out every Friday, 5 to 7 weeks to the same exact list. I want you to, if you don't remember anything else, please remember that, because it's very important for you to be consistent. Very consistent. All right. Let's see. Everyone will see it without opening anything. All right. So that's what I like about the postcards. So with the direct mail, they got to open it up and take it out. With the postcard, they're just seeing it. It's in their mail. So it catches their eye immediately. So for some people, postcards work better. And for some people, the direct mail works better. I advise you to try a little bit of both. If you want to start off with postcards right now because your budget is a little tighter, go ahead and do that. If you want to start off with direct mail right now, go ahead and do that. But I'm going to be honest with you, my most effective way is with the direct mail. All right? Now, being that the owner doesn't have to open the envelope once they receive the postcard, they can just start reading it. And like I said, it might work better for you that way. So I definitely recommend doing both, a little bit of both. Start off with one. If that's not working, then go to the other one. But something is going to work. All right? Don't use the same verbiage as everyone is using. Like I said, everybody's sending other people are sending them stuff too. So you want to make sure you stand out. Stand out. You know, what would you want to see if you were going through problems with your property? You was getting ready to lose your property. What would you want to see? Think like that. Think outside the box. All right? And like I said, you can get your postcards at yellowletterscomplete.com. You should use postcards at the beginning of your direct mail marketing to get your lists. And like I said, you can start with postcards, or you can go ahead and start with the direct mail letter. All right? Returned mail. In most cases, return mails will have updated address on the mail. Then you have to send another postcard to the mail. So let me break it down for you. So say for instance, you get a list, you send the seller a direct mail, right? You put your postcard, your P.O. box on there for return mail, right? And say for instance, it comes back to you. Don't throw it away. And that's where a lot of investors go wrong. That's where a lot of wholesalers go wrong. When it gets returned to us, they give up. They stop looking. And that's where the money at. When you see them return mail, you're supposed to be excited. Don't be mad. Don't be sad. Get excited. Because that's where the money at. Most people don't go looking for the new address of where the person lives. They give up. But we ain't giving up. All right? So what you do now is, like I said, if it gets returned back to you, sometimes the post office will give you like a little yellow sticker on the mail and will tell you the updated address on there. Sometimes they don't. And that's when we do our skip searching. All right? Follow up with your return mails. A lot of investors don't take the time to follow up. Be sure to skip search the new updated address and contact information. All right? Now, you're probably thinking, okay, well, how am I going to skip search? I don't know nothing about no skip search. What is skip search? So skip search is basically when you're basically locating the seller for the property. You're trying to find where they live in now, so you can send them a mail, direct mail. You're trying to find their phone number and give them a phone call. Either or, you're trying to locate that customer, and that's what TLO is all about. TLO.com, findseller.com. Those are skip searching websites that you can actually go on to find the seller. All right. Another great website to go on to find skip search is Fiverr.com. Fiverr.com is basically it's like a freelance website of different kind of graphic designers, websites. I mean, they offer a variety of things for very cheap. So I definitely recommend going to Fiverr.com, sign up with them. It's free, and go find a skip searcher on there. And like I said, they probably charge you like $10 for like 100 addresses, which is, to me, that's not bad. That's fairly cheap. So you skip search the person, the seller, and you find their new address, and you send them a new mail now to that new address. And that's how that works. All right? So don't give up when you see the mail come back to you. That's where the money at. That's when we get excited, because I know a lot of investors give up at that time, but we ain't giving up. We're going to get straight to the money. All right? So now you have to understand the deal. In order to get this seller to sell you their property, or to get their property under contract, rather, you have to understand the deal. You have to understand real estate. You have to understand ARV. What does it mean? What does comps mean? How to evaluate repairs. How to determine your MAO, your maximum allowable offer. All right? So it's very important for you to understand those things and know these things before going in. What is ARV? ARV stands for after repair value of the property. All right? ARV simply means the price of the property you can sell it for after you complete the repairs. That's what ARV means. All right? In order to determine the ARV, you need to understand and compare comps in the area. All right? What are comps? And comps also stands for comparable sales. That's what comps mean. So whenever you hear comps, just know that it means comparable sales, vice versa. All right? So comps are the average prices the property is being sold for in the same area. And it's the average price. I'm sorry, let me take that back. It's the average price that properties are being sold for in the same area as your properties. And the way you calculate the comps is, within I would say a half a mile from your property, you want to see properties that sold within the last, I would say 6 months. Right? That's sold within a half a mile from your property. So you take about, I would say 4 to 6 addresses down. And make sure you pick the ones that sold for the highest within a half a mile. You don't want to pick the ones that's like sold for the lowest. So pick the ones that sold for the highest. Right? All right, so we're going to details right here, how to find comps. All right, so you pick 4 to 5 houses sold within the last 6 months, within a half a mile from your property, right? And be sure to pick the highest ones, like I said, and then choose those 6 properties and you divide it by 6. So say, for instance, you take 4 properties within a half a mile from your property, right? You take the addresses down. I mean, not address, I'm telling you, you take the prices down, right? Then you divide, to get a total, then you divide that number by 4. So how many properties you take down, you divide that number by that number. So if you're taking down 6 properties, you're dividing the total by 6. All right? And I'll give you an example down here as well, too. So I hope you guys can take a look at the example. As you can see, I found, 4 properties. I took the total and I divided by 4. And that would be my ARV. All right? So just understand comps and ARV goes together. All right? So I just want you guys to kind of understand that. All right? Estimating repairs is very important for you to estimate repairs, because when these clients or sellers are contacting you, you have to go out to their house. You have to see what's wrong. Does the kitchen need to be remodeled? Is the roof caving in? It's very important for you to understand how to estimate repairs. And also, I will have a few sheets attached to this webinar that you guys can look over. I'm not going to leave y'all stranded. Literally every single fine print we're going to go over. I'm going to make sure that you don't have no questions about nothing. And if you do have a question, make sure you shoot me a DM on Instagram, Jody Jillian, JodeJillian, and I'll be able to assist you with any questions that you might have. All right? So estimated repairs. So cosmetic repairs. So cosmetic is basically like painting, lights, carpet, flooring. That's cosmetic repairs. Now, these prices are solely based on my experience in Philadelphia. If you're located somewhere else, it might be up or a little bit down. But the best way to estimate repairs is by doing your research. You can start by, contacting, like I said, a real estate agent. They come in very handy. And ask them, how much does it usually cost to paint a 1,200 square feet house? If you're kind of uncertain in how to do your estimates. But this is a very good guideline for you. So if you're anywhere on the East Coast, this is what the average price usually costs. All right. So paint and interior, anywhere between $700 to $1,200. So if somebody coming to you talking about $2,500, tell them no. That don't even sound right. All right. So this is a guide for you, just so you can understand. So make sure you look over the guide as well too, so you can understand exactly how much the repairs cost. All right. So when it comes to remodeling kitchen, anywhere from $6,500 to $1,200, depending on how big the kitchen is. Bathrooms are $25,000 to $6,000, depending on what's wrong with the bathroom. Windows, $150 to $200 each window. So it just depends. So like I said, this is just a guideline of how much repairs cost, so you can have an estimate, a good estimate. So when you're going out to these sellers' houses and you're assessing their house, I'm going to also have a link, an attachment of your, like your repair list, so you can actually write down exactly, what you see and what you assessed, just so you can be organized. It's very important for me to be very organized. So I got you. Don't you worry. All right. Mechanical repairs, central air, anywhere between $2,000 to $4,000. Water heater, $2,500 to $4,500. Like I said, this is a rough estimate. It's not exactly in point. It's just to give you an idea of how to estimate the repairs. All right. MAO, maximum allowable offer. This is actually the offer that you're going to offer the seller to put their house on a contract. This is the most you can offer them. That's what MAO means. Maximum allowable offer. All right. The max you were willing to pay for this property. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to come up with that number. All right. Assignment fee. This is the fee that you charge for finding the deal. All right. So how are we finding the maximum allowable offer? That's probably what you're thinking, right? I got you. Don't worry. So now you're taking the ARV. Remember, we just figured out how to do the ARV just now. So we're taking the ARV, right? You are then timesing it by 0.65. Then you're going to subtract the repairs and then subtract your assignment fee, and that will be your maximum allowable offer. Let me go into details for you, and let me go a little slower, just in case that might have missed you. All right? Because I even gave you an example. All right? So the ARV, give an example. Say the ARV for a property is $100,000. Remember, the ARV stands for after repair value. So after the property has been fixed up, the most you can get for that property is $100,000. Right? You're going to times that by 0.56. That's how much an investor is willing to pay for the property. That's what that means. That's how we come up with that number. That's how much an investor is willing to pay for a property. Because remember, investor whole point of being in business is to make money. Everybody wants to make money. So you have to make sure you have wiggle room for them to make money. So you times that by 0.65. Then you're subtracting the repairs. So when you go to the seller's house, you're writing down what needs to be repaired. If it's the roof, if it's the kitchen, if it's the bathroom, you write it all down. And then you do all your math based on what I just told you, the estimates. And then you're going to subtract that number. Then you're going to subtract your assignment fee, because that's how we get paid. And how you come up with the assignment fee, it could be anywhere from literally, I'll say $1,500 all the way up to $35,000. And the way you are ranging how much your assignment fee is depends on equity in the property. And also how much the customer wants to sell it to you for. And we're going to get into more into that. All right. So say, for instance, the ARV is $100,000, right? You times it by 0.65. You're subtracting the repairs. And you are subtracting your assignment fee in there as well, too. I want you to understand that. So your maximum offer will be $35,000. And the way you're coming up with your assignment fee, like I said, it depends on the equity in the property. It could be anywhere from $2,500 all the way up to $30,000. It just depends on what the ARV in that property is. You have people that have been in their houses for 30 years, right? And they're losing it because they just can't keep up with the tax anymore. The house might be worth $200,000 and they might only owe $60,000 on the house. Do you see the difference? That's $140,000 worth of equity in that house. $140,000. So what you're going to do now to come up with your assignment fee is this. So it's $200,000, right, for the ARV. That's how much the house is worth, right? They only owe $60,000 on the property. So your times in 0.65. Then you're subtracting repairs. And because the equity is so big, $140,000, you can make a $10,000 profit. So I just want you to understand how that works. and with experience and just doing it over and over and over and over and over again, you're going to get so good at this. And my first deal, I wasn't good. I was a rookie. I was nervous. But I made $11,000 on my first deal. $11,000. You know why? Because I wanted it. I wanted it bad. I wanted it more than I can sleep. I wanted it more than I can eat. I wanted it more than anything. Salome was calling me. I wanted it to pay my loans off. So you got to want it bad to do it. And you're going to do it. I know you are. All right? So it's very important for you to build relationships with the seller. Very important. Show the seller you care about their situation. Find out their why. Get the seller to like you. They like you, they're going to do business with you. These are regular people. Don't be nervous. These are regular people that's going through things. Sometimes when the seller calls me, we end up being like very, very good friends. Like, they call me for advice on certain things, and I call them for advice. Miss Matthew, I still call her. I sold her house in, was it like 3 weeks? It was a little bit over 3 weeks. It took me about a month because she was playing hardball in the beginning. All right? But me and Miss Matthew is still cool to this day. These are regular people going through things. I want you to understand that. Don't be nervous talking to these people. Be regular because they're regular like you. All right? Be a great listener. Take notes. It's very important for you to take notes because our memory goes but so far. If a seller calls you on the phone from your Bandit signs or from your direct mail, from your postcards, the first thing you want to do is make sure you pull your notepad out and you make sure you're taking information down on the seller because they're calling you for a reason. They're calling you because they're interested. So you want to make sure you know as much about the seller as much as possible. And I'm going to also attach a list, extra scripture on what to say when they call you. So I got you. Don't worry. Like I said, we're going to go through the fine print. I'm going to make sure y'all know exactly what to do when y'all get out there. All right? Never sound desperate. We ain't in business to be desperate. You know what I'm saying? Don't sound desperate. Don't act like, you need this. No. Act like you are here to help. I am here as service to you. I'm not desperate though. Don't ever act desperate because if you act desperate, the seller's gonna know. And that's just not good. It's just not good. All right? Inform them that you are here to assist them to solve their problems. That's what we're here for. We're problem solvers. You're going into foreclosure, I got you. If you're absentee owner, you just can't keep up with the property, I got you. That's what we're here for. We're here to solve problems. So it's very important for you to understand that as well too. Follow-up is important. I'm not going to stop saying that. I'm not going to stop talking about following up is important. I'm not. Because it is. That's where the money is. Things happen in such a situation. Things change. What was going on 2 months ago might not be going on today. So it's very important for you to follow up with them. Send them a postcard again. Give them a phone call. I prefer a phone call once they get in contact with you. Once they call me, I'm not sending them no more letters. We talking now. I'm calling you. Hey, Mr. John. I know we spoke about a month ago. I just want to see if the situation is still the same. I'm ready to get that house on the contract and get you closing today. Get you cash right now. That's what they want to hear. Sometimes they say, you know what? Hey, as a matter of fact, yeah, I do want to sell my house now. I think good timing. I'm glad you called. That's what they always say. And then sometimes you might get the one say, no, I'm still not interested, which is fine. We're going to call you back a month later or 2 months later. Don't worry. We got you. We gonna call you. All right. Make sure you keep up with your previous notes about the seller. It makes you look good. It makes you look good. Nobody want to be talking to nobody and forget everything they talked about a month ago. Nobody wants to do that. So you want to make sure that you actually care about what you telling the customer. You care about their situation. That's the only way it's going to work. You have to care. That's why I said if you're doing this just for money, you're kind of wasting your time. You have to love what you do, and the money will follow. I promise you the money will follow you, but you got to love what you do. All right? All right. And also a good way to follow up is, another good reason why I follow up is to find out the property was sold so I can take you off my list. Why am I going to keep sending you mailers if your property already sold? I'm wasting money. So that's another reason why I follow up as well too, is to find out if the property has been sold so I can stop wasting my time, because I am trying to get more money getting these properties on the contract. All right. What contract do I use to close deals? There's 3 ways to close a deal. All right. You have a purchase and sales agreement, and I'll have all of them attached. So don't worry. I got you. And I'll show you exactly how to fill them out as well. So you're good. So it's the purchase and sales agreement that you use directly with the motivated seller. So whenever the seller calls you and you're going to the seller's property, make sure you're bringing contracts with you. Bring your notebook, bring your assessment checklist where you're assessing the property, and make sure your contracts is there as well too. It's very important. All right. Another way to close a deal is assignment of contract that I use with my end buyer, which is my investor. All right. And also I will be using a double closing, a back-to-back closing. You use this contract if you don't want anyone to know how much you're making. So it's basically from A to B, from B to C. All right. So I'm B. So the A will be the seller, which is the person that's selling the property, and they sell it to B, which is me. And then I'm going to go into another room in the title company and sell it from me to the investor. And the reason why I do double closings is because sometimes you got haters. You know what I'm saying? In business, you're going to always have a hater. So if somebody see you making over $10,000, you think they're going to be happy? Sometimes the sellers start hating on you. Like, oh, you making $10,000 off my house? I ain't selling to you no more. Or even not even the investor, because most of the investor, if you're a true investor, even though they hate sometimes too, if you are a true investor, if you got a deal, you just got a deal. It don't matter how much the wholesaler is making. But sometimes they hate too. When you don't want nobody in your business, that's when you do a double closing. All right? I do a purchase and sales agreement if I'm making less than $10,000. You know, 9 times out of 10, if you're making less than $10,000, people don't really, they're not jealous of you. But if you're making like $20,000, $30,000, $15,000, anything over 10, I'm doing a double closing because I'm not taking that chance. You know what I'm saying? I ain't taking that chance. I got food. I got mouths to feed. I ain't taking that chance. So I'm doing a double closing. All right. And like I said, I have all of them attached to you with this website, with this webinar, and you'll be able to download them and print them off and get started immediately. All right. So congratulations. You have a signed contract. I'm speaking this into existence. All right. You got a signed contract. What do you do now? So now what you want to do is make sure you contact a title company, an investor-friendly title company, because not all title companies are investor-friendly. I'm so sorry to tell you guys, but there are a lot of them out there that is investor-friendly. All you're doing is getting on Google and type in investor-friendly title company and just call them and give them an interview. Literally call them and say, hey, I am a wholesaler and I have a contract, a house under a contract, and I just wanted to make sure that you guys accept purchase of sale agreement. You guys do double closing. Interview them, ask them questions, because you want to make sure that the deal goes very smoothly. All right. I follow up a lot with real estate investors on social media. They would post their checks so I could contact the title company. So that's another way you can find a title company as well too. Because you're probably thinking to yourself like, okay, well, how am I going to find an investor title company? The first one to be on Google. Type on Google, title company in Philadelphia, Charlotte, wherever the city that you're located. All right, and you call them and let them know that you are a wholesaler. And you want to know if they work with investors, and they'll tell you. Ask them what contracts they use as well. So what contracts do they recommend? I'm going to send you my contract. I just want to make sure that it is compatible to what you use in closing. That's all you're doing. All right. Another way to find a title company, like I just stated just now, you network with other real estate investors as well too. So a lot of them post their checks online. A lot of them post their checks online. The title company is usually at the very top of the check. Just contact the title company that they post online with it on their checks. It's very simple. You can also go on Craigslist and click on services and click on where it says, typing where it says, we buy houses. And all those people that you see that's on Craigslist saying we buy houses, how do you think they're closing their deals? They have title companies. Call them up. Who are you using for your title company? Get out there, network, talk to people. That's one of the major mistakes I made when I first started real estate. I was so shy and I didn't want to talk to people. Now I'm talking to everybody. I don't care, because somebody always knows something, and I can always learn something from somebody else. Always. All right. You can also visit an amazing website called biggerpocket.com. Let me tell you something about BiggerPocket if you don't know about BiggerPocket. It is a online community of investors, real estate investors. You can go on there and ask any questions about real estate. You have real estate lawyers on there. I mean, it's like a big community. So you can go in there and literally ask questions about, hey, do you guys know any title companies in the Philadelphia area or whatever area you're located at? You know any investors in the Charlotte area? So make sure you go on BiggerPocket and definitely check them out. They're amazing. And like I said, make sure you be sure to call a title company ahead of time and ask them if they're experienced with assignments and double closing. Make sure you are interviewing them. because they are going to be the one to close your deals. All right. When you get the property on the contract now, so remember, when you go into these sellers' property, you have your contract, right? You're assessing the property, right? And then you are then giving them your maximum amount, a maximum allowable offer. You then get them to sign a contract right there, the property. You immediately go to the title company and drop it off, or email the title company the contract, right? Immediately. Then you go find your buyer, which brings me to my next point, which is the easy point. This part right here is easy. Once you get that property under contract, this is the easy point. All right. How do you find your buyers? Bandit signs. We spoke about that. Auctions, other investors and wholesalers, online rental classified ads like Craigslist, real estate agents, Facebook, Instagram. That's how you're going to find your buyers. All right. Strategy number 1 to finding buyers. And this is the number 1 way I found my buyers when I first started. I put 20 to 30 signs out. And basically what you're saying, putting on your signs is, handyman special, only $55,000. Whatever price you're selling the property for, whatever that maximum allowable offer is what you're putting on there. Put after repair value, $125, cash only, put your number. You're being catchy, be different. Put on there, foreclosure for sale, dirt cheap. Only $140,000, ARV $150,000. Call. You're going to get people to call you. Trust and believe that. And where I put my signs up, I put them very close to Home Depots and Lowe's. You know why? Because a lot of contractors go there. Investors go there. Those are the people with the money. Without cash buyers, we don't have a business. So it's very important for you to understand that cash buyers are very important to get that deal closed. So you want to put your Bandit signs up, like I said, anywhere close to Lowe's, Home Depot. And you're putting them up just like how you put up when you're trying to find your seller. You put them up just like how you find your seller. So you do the same thing for the buyer as well too. All right. Another way to find cash buyers, Facebook and Instagram. I already expressed to you guys how powerful social media is. It's so powerful. Use it to your advantage. Be sure to post on your social media that you have dirt cheap houses for sale. The power of social media is amazing. Post pictures of the house and the details of the property, and etc. All right? And I'm giving you an example of the details that you want to put up. So your cash buyers can have an idea of what they're looking at so they can contact you. All right? So make sure you post on Craigslist.com. Backpage is another one. Facebook is another one. Matter of fact, I think they closed down Backpage. I think. So you can't use Backpage no more. But Craigslist and Facebook is amazing anyway. So you definitely get the house on the contract with those two and social media, period. All right? So I'm just giving you an example right here of a house that not the one that I had on the contract, but it's an example of a house that that possibly could be on the contract. So you just put the address down, the ARV, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, how many square feet of the house it is, how much the repair cost, how much you're asking, cash as is. Make sure you put cash as is. We ain't dealing with nobody that's trying to get a loan. We want cash offers only because we gotta get this house on the we already got the house on the contract. Now we gotta get this deal closed ASAP. So we want people that have cash right now. All right. Also you could put on there if you're looking for a property to rent. It could be 1,200. You put your name and your phone number. All right. Do not contact me unless you're serious. That's what I also put on there as well too. All right. So post ads 3 to 5 times a day on each site. So if you got this property on the contract, right, you want to make sure that you are doing a lot of marketing to find your buyer. You're posting on Craigslist 3 times a day. You're posting on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You're doing all of this a few times a day to make sure you get your buyer. And after a while, with you being so experienced, you're going to get a buyer's list because you're going to start working with people. Well, you don't have to post no more. You just send it to your buyer's list and someone contact you and be like, hey, I'm ready to buy it today. So I just wanted you guys to at least start off small and also understand the strategies, different strategies to find the cash buyers. Another way to find cash buyers, real estate agents. Real estate agents. I cannot express enough how important it is to have a real estate agent on your team. I can't. It's like they're so important. You need them for so much. I have very good friends that's real estate agents because I need them just like they need me. All right? So have the real estate agents send you cash sales in your city. And then send them a postcard. Real estate agents have access to things that we don't have access to. So it's very important for you to form a very good relationship with them because they're going to make you a lot of money, vice versa. Because I don't believe doing business where you always making me money. When I'm coming to a deal, I'm bringing you a deal. That's how I do business. I'm not always taking. I'm giving. I'm giving. And I'm going to get some back. And that's just how business works. And that's how you form a very good business relationship. You shouldn't be a taker. You should always be a giver because you're going to get yours back. That's just how it works. All right? So you want to make sure you contact a real estate agent. Make sure the agent sends you, like I said, the cash sales in your city. So these are basically people buying properties in your city, cash, right? And we send them a postcard. And I'll attach also exactly what you're saying to these people when you send them that list as well too. And basically what you're basically saying to them, like, hey, I am a real estate investor and I have a lot of properties for sale. And I have deals. I have deals for sale. Not just a lot of properties. I have deals for sale. Just inquire if you are interested. Give me a call. The average price of my property goes for under $50K. ARV 150. Make them want to call you. All right? So make sure that you're being very, very motivated. Stay motivated. That's how you're going to get these deals consistently. You got to stay motivated and very, very consistent. All right? Let the realtors know that you have a property for sale. Most of them have cash buyers. Think about it. Real estate agents are working with not only cash buyers, they work with contractors, they have a long list of clientele. So it's very important for you to let the real estate agent know, like, hey, I got a crazy deal on my that I have on the contract right now. You got any cash buyers that you think might be interested? And just send it to them. All right. So it's just very important. It's just very, very important for you to understand that you need real estate agents and we need each other. All right. Another way to find cash buyers is joint venture. Joint venture is amazing. I have wholesalers that contact me all the time. Social media. Sometimes they call me for my Bandit signs, and they want to join venture together. Sometimes it's better for us to be together as a team than be separated. Sometimes it's great that I have a house on the contract and I don't feel like doing no marketing. So I reach out to a wholesaler that that I've done business with before, or that I feel like is motivated to get deals closed. And the wholesaler has to have a good buyer's list. So it has to be someone that already experienced. All right. So what I do when I say joint venture, what you're doing is contacting other wholesalers who has established cash buyers lists. When you see We Buy Houses Bandit signs, contact those wholesalers and inform them that you are a seller and you want to split a deal 50-50. They'll be happy. They'll be excited because you guys are helping each other. You're helping each other. So instead of you going out there doing all this marketing for the Bandit signs, going on Craigslist, Facebook, and all that, telling people that you have a deal, sometimes you can just reach out to your wholesaler and get a buyer's list from them and send it to their buyer's list, and you guys do a venture together. And also have contracts where you guys can sign together so that everything is, in writing. So nobody's kind of like backdooring nobody. All right. So I have that attached to the webinar as well too. All right. I got you. All right. They can send the deal to their buyers, and that's what you're doing. So you have this property under contract. You want to contact the wholesaler. You let them know you got a super, super amazing deal. And then what they're going to do is take the deal from you and send it to their buyers, email to their buyers list. And then, if they have a really good buyers list, then we can get closed within 2 weeks. All right. You pay the other wholesaler half of your profit. So it's good and bad. It's not bad. I want to say bad. I want to find another word for it. It's good. Sometimes you want a quick flip. Sometimes you don't want to do all this marketing to find a buyer. So you have to understand that when you are doing a joint venture with another wholesaler, you are splitting the profit 50-50. And like I said, sometimes that's not necessarily a bad thing because it's less work. It's fast. So if you're into that fast money, I definitely recommend doing joint ventures with other wholesalers as well too. All right. When you build your buyer's list, you can bring a buyer to other wholesalers so you can receive half their profits as well. So it goes vice versa. When you start doing your flipping deals or flipping contracts, you start to have an amazing buyer's list. You start to be in a relationship with these people that's buying from you cash. So you keep their information. And then you also tell other wholesalers like, hey, if you got a deal, I got a crazy buyer's list. And it's vice versa. We're here to help each other. That's what this is building is all about. It's all about relationships and making money together. So make sure that when you're getting into real estate, your mindset is you're building a team. You're building a team of realtors. You're building a team of bird dogs. Those are the people that go out there and look for properties for you. And if you close, you give them $1,000, or it could be anywhere between $500 to $1,000. You don't have to really be $1,000 because $500 is really a good number as well too. All right. You're finding real estate lawyers. You're finding other wholesalers like yourself and other investors. So it's like a team, contractors, everybody, anything in real estate. You're making sure that you're building you're building contacts with people. All right. Make sure you also get you some business cards as well too. Go get some business cards because when you're meeting people, you want to automatically have something for them to hold on to. Social media is good as well too because social media is so big. You can always tell them to follow you on social media. But sometimes when I meet investors, they're not necessarily, the millennials or, younger people that's into the social media or the social media network period. Sometimes they're older people that got a lot of money and they just don't do social media. So what are you going to do? Just let them go? No. You want to make sure you have a business card. Make sure your business card tells you exactly what you do, your name, your number, and your email address so they can contact you and let them know that you got deals. All right? Yeah. Strategy to finding cash buyers number 6. Auctions. A lot of people, don't think about auctions when it comes to finding cash buyers. A lot of people don't. And I don't know why. Because when you go to an auction, what are you going to auction for? People are going to auction to buy houses cash. So why wouldn't there be cash buyers there? It's a perfect way to network with cash buyers. And not just cash buyers. You end up finding a lot of people involved in real estate at auctions as well too. So make sure you go to your local auction, your local real estate auction, foreclosure auctions. It could be tax delinquent auctions. And take note of anyone bidding on houses. Those are usually investors with cash. And then after the auction is done, just go up there, or whenever they get up, just go up there and introduce yourself. Let them know that you have deals on houses. And get their email address and their phone number and send it to them. That's how you're going to get your buyers list up. You have to network. Get out there. Meet people. Let them know what you do. And that's how you get to it. And at auction, it's an amazing way. Like even in Philly. Every time I come back to Philly, I always go to the auction down. It's at 3801 Market Street. And you can always Google it. If you're not from Philly, you can always Google it as well too. Go on Google and type in foreclosure auctions, tax delinquent auctions, and just go out there. Sometimes just sit in the back and just watch it. Just get experience and just being there, seeing who bidding. Some of these auctions as well too, you might mess around and get a house for cheap as hell in these auctions too. So it's very, very important for you to just get out there. Just go to auctions, man. Go out there and network. I promise you, it's going to benefit you in the long run. Not even the long run, short run. Because one thing about an investor, they're always looking for a deal. So if you got a deal and you find an investor at an auction, it's going to be easy for you to close. If they're a real true investor. 9 times out of 10 they are at the auction. All right, because they're buying houses cash. All right, exit strategy. I cannot stress this enough. Whatever business that you're started, whether it's real estate, whether it's e-commerce, whether it's selling anything, make sure you always have an exit strategy. I wholesale properties. I save the money I make from wholesaling. I become a landlord by purchasing properties via wholesaling and auctions. My exit strategy is to become a landlord that owns over 500 units. That is my exit. What is yours? The whole point of me doing all this is to get houses, pennies on a dollar, get it on a contract, get an investor to come in and buy it. I take my assignment fee, whether it's $2,500 all the way up to $25,000. I save that money and I keep doing it over and over again, over and over again. And the more I close deal, the more excited and energized I get. And I save that money. I then go to auctions, or I find a property that I actually like doing wholesaling. You see why wholesaling is so important? You see why? Because even when you get to the level, even when you get to that level where you're ready to exit wholesaling, because you are going to get to that level. Because when you get your money up, you're going to become that investor where you're buying properties and you're fixing and flipping them, or you can fix them and rent them out like I'm doing, right? You still need wholesaling. You still need wholesalers. If you decide to quit, not quit, but, retire that part of real estate after a while. You still going to need wholesalers because they have the connect. You going to have the connect of getting these houses for cheap. When you see these properties on realtor.com, Zillow.com, the prices is already kind of high. We don't want to buy them for that price. We want to get them lower. When you see them online, it's already too expensive when you sit on realtor.com for sale. We want to get off-market houses. We want to get the houses that the world don't really know about because it's not on the internet. It ain't get to that level of getting to sell yet. That's the houses we want. And that's why driving for dollars is so important. That's why getting to those courthouses and getting in that courtroom for those tax delinquent sales and those pre-foreclosure sales is so important. Because those houses didn't really hit the market yet. So you want to get the houses before they hit the market. It's very important. Wholesaling is just so important. So if your exit strategy is similar to mine where you want to become a landlord, it's still important to learn real estate in wholesaling. It's still important. Because that's how you're going to get the houses on for deals. You're going to get deals on houses. So I want to really, really stress that to you guys as well too. To come up with an exit strategy. Don't when you first get your first deal, go buy some bags and stuff that doesn't accumulate value. Don't do that. It took me a whole year to buy me a car. I didn't even have a car. It took me a whole year because I wanted to stack my money up. I ain't buy no Louis Vuitton. I ain't buy no cars, no jewelry, none of that until I got my money up. And I use my assets now to pay for my lifestyle. My G-Wagon I just bought, guess what pays for that? My assets. My house I live into, my 5-bedroom house I live in, guess what pays for that? My assets. If I don't want to work, I don't have to work no more if I don't want to. I mean, of course I'm not going to stop because I got to get to 500 units. But if I don't want to, I wouldn't have to no more because that's what it's all about. Building assets, building generational assets passively. Because when you start becoming landlord, and you will get there. You will get there. Believe me, you will get there. So when you start becoming a landlord and these your tenants are paying you $1,000+ every month, you just sit back and collect. All that hard work you're putting in, you can get this shit done in 2 years. 2 years, if you start right now, you can become a fucking millionaire in probably a year. You can do it. I did it, so I know you can do it. So you have to get out there and stay motivated, stay consistent. Take what I am giving you and apply it. It will work. Don't give up. And like I said, when you get your first check, you're going to be smiling. You're going to be happy as shit. Don't go buy no bags. Don't go buy no jewelry. Don't go buy none of that. Stack that money up. And the thing I love about real estate too, it's another income. So whether you are in your job right now and you're just not ready to leave yet, you can do real estate on the side and build that money up until you're ready to quit your job. Right? Because that's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to work for nobody. I want to clock in when I want to clock in. And there's nothing wrong with working for people. There's nothing wrong with that. I have an amazing team that I pay very well that works for me, that dress up in suits. You see what I'm in? I'm in my Instacurve t-shirt. This is how I go to work. Shout out to Instacurve, by the way. This is my sister's brand, Instacurve. If you were trying to lose some weight and trying to get, that waist snatch, definitely check her out on Instagram, instacurve.com. And that's what it's all about. It's all about entrepreneurship, building assets through real estate. So I want you guys to know your exit strategy. Don't get in this to ball out. Get in this to build assets so that your kids can have something to look forward to when they get older. I didn't have nothing to look forward to. I didn't have a rich family. So I want you to understand that it's very important for us to change our family dynamics. It's very important. With your kids now, don't let them go through what you went through. So that's why it's very important for you now to start wholesaling, then become a landlord if you choose, or if you want to fix and flip, that's fine too, and build assets. So your mortgage can be paid for with your asset. So your car note can be paid for with your asset. So you can buy your jewelry, so you can be tripping. It don't matter. My asset pay for that. All right? So I just emphasize so much on the exit strategy because it's so important to me. Entrepreneurship, real estate, that's very important to me. So that's just my overall goal, is to become a landlord, owning 500 units, and also to educate my community on getting into real estate now, because it's just so important now. It is so important now to get involved. So important, because it's needed. I don't know, in the neighborhoods, like I'm from Philly. If I go to certain parts of Philly, the neighborhood I grew up in is changing in front of me. Gentrification, what do they call it? That's what they call it, right? Gentrification, where the people, investors are coming in and building up your neighborhood, so the comps are going up. Why should they benefit from that? I grew up in this neighborhood. You grew up in your neighborhood. Buy your block, like Jay-Z said. Buy your fucking block. So you just have to make sure that you have an exit strategy, like I said. Always have an exit strategy. All right? Cool. Now, I'm going to give you a step-by-step way to close the deal, because I know we went over a lot of information, right? So now this is a step-by-step exactly how to get started today. All right? Step number 1, find a list. We went over lists. Choose a list. Absentee owner, tax delinquent, probate. Find a list. Like I said, my top 3 lists that I like is tax delinquent, pre-foreclosure, and I like driving for dollars. Okay? That doesn't mean absentee. That doesn't mean that probate list that won't work for you. So I would definitely recommend trying a variety of lists. But those are my favorite. All right? Market to the properties. That's step number 2. Market to the properties. So you're going to send your direct mail. You're going to send your postcards. All right? Homeowner. Step number 3. The homeowner calls you now, let you know that they want to sell their house. You get their information. You get the property details, the address. All right? Ask them the price they want to sell it for. And like I said, I got a script for you of exactly what you're going to be saying to them when they call you, so you're not nervous. And basically what the script is you're just letting them know that, you were riding in the neighborhood and you came across their property and you just inquired if you want to sell it. And if they say to you, oh, yes, I was considering selling it, you ask them, how much do you think you was going to get for it? I mean, how much do you want for the property? And they'll tell you a price. And if it's you don't say anything like if it's too much or anything like that. You just get all information down. Ask them how many bedrooms it is, how many bathrooms, square foot of the house. Very important for you to ask them if there's any repairs need to be done. How's the kitchen? How's the bathroom? Ask them, because those are very important, because remember, in order for you to come up with your maximum allowable offer, you have to know how much repairs need to be done on the property, because it affects everything. It's like it goes in together. All right? So make sure that you are doing that. Step number 4, make sure you're pulling comps and calculating the MAO, which is the maximum allowable offer. All right? So whenever you start asking the information from the client or from the seller, you let them know, hey, let me go ahead and do some research on your property really quickly. Let me give you a call back in a few minutes with my cash offer. Then you're going to go do some homework. You don't have to give them no cash offer on the phone right away. You can call them back in 5 minutes and do some homework. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to pull the comps and you're going to calculate the maximum allowable offer. Step number 5. The seller, call the seller back with your offer and they accept. Congratulations. If they're a motivated seller, they will accept. And when I say motivated seller, these are people, like I said, is literally getting ready to lose their house. They're motivated to get the hell up out of there. They're getting ready to get their shit taken. So it's very important for you to understand what motivated seller means. All right. Number 6, fill out contract, which is the purchase and sale agreement. Send to the homeowner so they can sign it via email as well. All right. So say for instance you're not there, you can send an email the contract to them, and then they can sign it, and you send it right over to the title company. All right. So step number 7, send signed contract to title company or lawyer. So some states or lawyer states, and some states or title states. And when I say that, what I mean is some lawyers does the closing for some states. Like in Charlotte, North Carolina, I believe it's title and lawyer, because I use a lawyer in Charlotte. Now in Philadelphia, I use a title company in Philadelphia. So you know, you can always find out how you close deals in your city by just Googling it. You close deals with title companies or real estate lawyers. And some, like I said, some cities do both. All right. All right. Step number 8, you then market the property for a buyer. And we went over how to do that. We just went over how to do that. All right. Number 9, you negotiate a sale price with the buyer. All right. So make sure that the price that you're bringing to the buyer, it's a very good price, very reasonable, and you negotiate. All right. Gotcha. Now, step number 10. Fill out assignment of contract with the buyer and sign it. That's what you have the buyer sign. The assignment of contract. Like I said, I will have all these attached with this webinar, so you don't have to go anywhere else. You can just download it, print it off from your printer, and get it going today. All right. Step number 11. Send assignment of contract to the title company. Make sure you're doing this ASAP. Remember, this is time. We can't do this next week. We're not sending nothing, you know, the couple days after. We're doing it right now. Real estate business is all about time. It's fast. It's fast go pace. So I just wanted you guys to understand it as well too. All right. Step number 12. A buyer sends $500 to $1,000 of earnest money deposit to the title company. That's another thing I want to talk to you guys about. So when you are finding your buyer, which is the investor, you're telling the investor they have to send a deposit just to make sure they're serious. You don't want nobody wasting your time. Because remember, when you got this deal on the contract, right, you want to make sure that you're closing as soon as possible. I usually put the contract out for about 2 months. And the customer, the seller says to me sometimes, oh, I thought you said you can close in 2 weeks. I can, but, you know, sometimes things happen, little hiccups with the title company. I don't want to just keep coming back, having us to keep re-signing stuff. So just give me 2 months out just in case, you know, the title company gave a little hiccup. But 9 times out of 10, we're probably going to be closing within 2 to 3 weeks. That's what you tell them, right? So now you bring that same contract to the buyer, and you make sure you let the buyer know, you know, I have this deal. They obviously go out there and check, assess the property, and you let them know they have to send a deposit of earnest money, deposit of $500. I usually do 1,000 to be honest with you, but it's anywhere between 500 to 1,000 earnest money deposit to the title company, and that's just to make sure they're serious and they putting their deposit down on the property as well too, just so you don't have to. You can take it off your market. We're only dealing with serious people. We're not dealing with people that's play. So if they're talking about they don't want to send no deposit, they're not a true cash buyer. Don't even waste your time, boo. Don't waste your time. Keep it pushing to another serious buyer. All right. Step number 13. Title comes back. Title company does title search, and the title comes back clear. Step number 14. Buyer sends money to the title company, and everybody gets paid. That's how it works. And you repeat it over and over and over. And the more you do it, the better you become. I want to also make you guys understand that the HUD, one, that is exactly what the breakdown of what's going on with the property, who's getting paid and what's getting paid. Make sure that your assignment fee is on that HUD. Make sure, because if your assignment fee is not on that HUD, you're not getting paid. So the title company always sends a HUD to you. So you just go through the line for line exactly how much the house is being sold for, how much is the seller getting paid, how much is the buyer paid for the property, and it says a little small area says assignment fee. And you can even ask your title company. Make sure you title, hey, make sure my sign fee is on there. So whatever you're charging, whether it's $2,500, $10,000, $15,000, make sure it's on there so you get paid. Because if it's not on there, you're not getting paid. All right? So I just want to make sure that you guys, understand how this works. It's a very simple process. So in the beginning, of course, with anything in the beginning, you kind of, a little wary until you get used to it. So I encourage you guys to get out there and get started. I gave you the formula. I gave you how to find a list. I gave you how to find sellers. I gave you how to find buyers. I told you how to get a title company. I gave you the contracts. I gave you everything you need to get started today. So you have no excuse. Let's get it done today. And when you start getting rolling, shoot me a DM. Shoot me a comment on my Instagram, Jody Jillian, JoeDeJillian. And let me know how your process is going out for you. I would love to hear from you. So make sure that you guys are hitting me up on social media and stay very active with me as well too. All right? Setting up your business. In the beginning, it's okay to be flipping contracts in your name in the very beginning. I don't encourage it after your second or third deal. We're in this business to become a business. We're not in this business to always be, running around doing whatever. We're in this business to eventually get automated and to actually get it to a level where you don't really have to do much anymore. So that's why it's very important for you to set up your business. In the beginning, like I said, you can go ahead and start doing properties in your name, flipping contracts in your name. But after your second or third deal, I definitely recommend forming an LLC. All right. So set up your LLC and open a business bank account. All right. If you don't know how to set up an LLC, just Google it. And open a business account. You can't open a business account without your LLC papers and your EIN numbers as well too. So you have to get your LLC papers in your city. And like I said, you can always Google it, how to open an LLC in my city, and they'll give you information on how to do it as well too. It's on your state website though. So make sure that you are doing it. And usually it's about maybe $125. Usually it should never be more than that. If someone is telling you it's charging you $400, run. That means you probably signed up one of those companies and you can really do it yourself. All right. And make sure you get a business bank account because that's where the checks are going to be coming to. It's going into your business. Go to your local UPS store and get a private mailbox. You will need this in order to set up your LLC. All right. When you set up your LLC, it's going to ask you for an address. So you can give them your private mailbox at your UPS store, or you can give them your home address. I just don't like to do anything in my home. I just never practice it. I just don't like to practice it. So I do everything in my PO box, or my UPS private mailbox. Now, when you set up your LLC, I don't believe that they allow you to do a local post office box, a PO box. So that's why I always suggest doing a private mailbox. Start with Google Voice to get a phone number, then eventually Pat Live. All right. So you're probably saying to yourself, like, okay, well, how do I get a number to put on these Bandit signs? How do I get a number for these sellers to call me back? Get a Google Voice number. Or you can go on the Apple Store and type in a phone number and get a second phone number. And make sure you keep that phone number. Make sure it's local. All right. Make sure it's local. The number that you're getting to the people that you're marketing to. All right. And eventually you want to get Pat Live. And what Pat Live is, it's a service where they answer the phone for you. They take all the information down for you. And then you can call the sellers back. And it's like 24 hours. So eventually we want to get to there. But in the beginning, we want to start small. So make sure you answer all your phone calls from your customers. And you're actually building relationships with these sellers. And then when you get to that level where you're making thousands of dollars, then you can hire Pat Live. Make sure you get 2 different numbers to track your cash buyers and your sellers. Very important to separate the two. All right. And like I said, Pat Live is a person where it answers the phone for you. They answer the phone 24 hours. So you want to get that eventually. YellowLettersComplete.com. They do all the handwritten letters for you and send direct mails and postcards. So I want you guys to understand, when you set up your business, it's after a couple of deals. You can get your P.O. box right now, though. Or your private mailbox right now. But after you get a couple of deals under your belt, I definitely recommend it. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not giving lawyer advice. I'm just giving you my personal experience with all of this. All right. So I just want to make sure I express that to you guys. To check out yellowletterscomplete.com. Like I said, they do handwritten letters and they send you direct mails for you, your postcards. So you don't have to do much at all. It's just so, it makes my business a lot easier. All right. All right. So, I am offering a one-on-one virtual coaching with me. I've been in this business now going on 5 years, going over 5 years actually. And I'm doing one-on-one coaching where you can learn the ins and out of real estate business, where it's wholesaling, fix and flip, buy and hold, evaluate and understanding contracts, how to close deals within 14 days. That's all that we're going to be going over with my one-on-one virtual coaching service that I do offer. How to find financing for auction properties. Also a weekly follow-up with me if you decide to join my one-on-one virtual coaching. So my website is actually right below my picture. It is www.wealthsocietyclub.org. We're all about building wealth. So check out my website. My website actually launches this coming Monday. So you'll be able to check it out and go on there. You can shoot me a call if you want to schedule a call with me. If you want to sign up with my program, where it's 3 months where we're doing everything hand in hand together. And like I said, when I first started, I didn't have no mentor. So I had to learn everything on my own. I lost so much money learning. So the fact that I am blessed and I'm very honored to offer this service to you guys. And I'm very, very appreciative that you guys will even consider signing up for my webinar, because let me tell you something. This information that I gave you guys free, and people are charging a lot of money for this. So make sure that you guys get out there, stay motivated, and get going. But if you feel like you need that extra assistance, that extra holding your hand throughout the whole entire process, I do offer that for you, that one-on-one virtual coaching where I am literally holding your hand, where you can literally get me on the phone. Literally, we're closing deals together. Literally, we're doing this together. Hit me up. So www.wealthsocietyclub.com. And if you are selling your house, if you know someone that's selling their house, we do give a referral fee of $1,000 if we close. Definitely tell whoever is selling their house. If you're selling your house, go check out my website, www.quickcashforyourhome.com. Go ahead and fill it out so I can get calling you and get your house under contract. All right. So if you know somebody, let me know as well. Go on our website, www.quickcashforyourhome.com. Fill it out and we'll be right in contact with you. And if you are ready to be an investor, if you are ready to start flipping contracts today, go ahead and take the necessary steps that I told you about. I gave you the contracts. I gave you everything you need to get started. I want to see you win. If you win, I win. If you win, I want you to come on my social media and tell me your experience. Because I'm going to tell everybody else your experience so I can get more people to get started, because it's so necessary to get started today. And again, if you need that one-on-one, hold your hand, explain everything one-on-one to you, where you can get me on the phone, call me immediately if something happens for 3 months. Check out my website as well too. But the launch day is on Monday. So I definitely appreciate you guys signing up for the webinar. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys learned a lot. And I hope that you guys are able to get out there and get started today, because it's out there. The money's out there. I've shown, I am a proven example of that. A young black girl killing a male-dominated industry. If I can do it, so can you. So I'm just so happy that you guys took an hour and 40 minutes with me today. And like I said, if you have any questions, shoot me a DM. I'm happy to assist you. My website will be up with my mentorship program on Monday. Go ahead and hit me up. Any questions that you might have, check me out on social media, Instagram, Jody Jillian, JodeDejiLLian. And I hope I was at some type of service to you today. And blessings to you and good luck to you in your future. You can do it. If I can do it, so can you. All right? Thank you guys and have a good one. Blessings.